Yes, 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 yes. Yes! That was a goal.
Iniesta, taquito de Iniesta.
Maestro Iniesta.
Quería Robben. Primero Navas, el niño. Va atacando el conjunto español, el niño para Iniesta. Fábregas, Iniesta. ¡Gol!
Moutinho, Ronaldo isolado, leva para Brasil, Ronaldo, leva para Brasil, Ronaldo, bate, gol, ele é o único que ultrapassa os limites da lógica, Ronaldo, no mata-mata, Ronaldo matou, samba,
See that? He must have a foot like a traction engine.
Tagliata, messa fuori, c'è Pirlo, ancora Pirlo di tacco, tiro, gol di Grosso.
What's up, everybody? How are you? Welcome to the show about soccer, and we're back. We're back live. Me and my friends.
A 2-week hiatus.
2 weeks. 2 weeks off. We had to go out and watch some football and collect statistics and find out everything.
We had to go and collect knowledge.
Yeah, to bring you guys, and so you guys can share our opinion, because you should. We're experts. And that's it. We got a complaint. Oh,
yeah.
we got complaints from our viewers, our listeners, however you want to call it. They said there's not enough. It's not natural enough. It needs a little bit more banter.
Yeah, we need to loosen up a bit.
Need to talk a little bit more and take it a little bit more easy. Mike, what do you think?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm so loose right now you can't see me, but I'm naked.
We usually do the show without underwear on.
Completely nude.
I wear underwear. Always. I always wear underwear.
So yeah, 2-week hiatus. We're off because of obviously the international break, breaking the calendar.
Entertaining break.
Yeah, we saw some good games and some awful games during that break, but now we're back in the thick of it. We're here to discuss the league play. We have the Barclays. We have
La Liga, of course,
and of course everyone's favorite league, Serie A. Yeah. Everything's back in full swing. And
third week of play, fourth week of play.
Second in Serie A, third in Spanish.
Wow,
it's the third. It's not the fourth in Spain.
It's the third.
Dio cane, Dio porco brutto maiale.
Italians always last to the party.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we're gonna talk about the BPL first. Mike, I know that you're very eager to get on this to talk about the Premiership. This morning we witnessed Manchester United completely annihilate QPR in their first win, and their first win at Old Trafford with their new signings.
Well, look, it's funny how we were all, myself included, bashing Manchester United. Well, not bashing, but obviously it's easy to be critical about a team like Manchester United. They spend all these millions of dollars, and then they end up losing to teams like MK Dons, right? But listen, today was a different day. We saw real fluidity, and that's important. We saw a real fluidity in the way that Manchester United was playing, and I don't know if you guys saw the game, but then in the second half, they were just doing this whole string of passes, and maybe they were even overpassing, but it didn't really matter because you got the impression that they were having fun on the field. They were smiling, they were laughing. And I think that that's really good for the environment because now you're seeing that players are gelling. And who do you have on the bench that's getting ready to warm up? Was already witnessing at that point, I think it was already 4-0 or 3-0, rubbing his fingers, getting ready to get on and just smash QPR a little bit harder. Falcao warms up on the sidelines, fans cheering, gets on. And look, this has the potential of being a great force, a team that's going to be up there with Real, with Atletico Madrid that made it to the final. I'm saying, guys, things are pretty open in the EPL. Yes, Chelsea's way ahead of everybody. Yes, Manchester United right now is in the second half of the table, but a lot of the other teams, they're not up there. Manchester United could really do a lot of damage in this league. And what was important today, like I was saying before, is players are starting to gel.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree. Only, listen, it was pretty much a given they were going to smash QPR this game, and I just think that right now they're built really well, but they're top heavy. I still think this team needed a defensive midfielder and a rock solid center back. I think that in order for this Manchester United to compete with Chelsea and City, they needed to strengthen the spine. And even though Falcao was a nice signing, they really need Falcao. I don't think they did.
No, me neither. I don't think they did either. I think he's a little bit extra when you have Van Persie, man.
This doesn't make it just for me. It just seemed like it's like a Real Madrid impulse buy, a named player to come in and convince the fans that that they're working hard to make Manchester at the level of the top teams. But I don't know. I don't think it's really what the club needed, and I think it's not the reason why they're going to win the league. I think that maybe they'll get that fourth or third spot, but I still think that they're ways away from Chelsea and City. And on the other hand, QPR is garbage, and that's why? Well, if you're a big name player like Mauricio Isla, why would you want to go to Queens Park Rangers? It's insane.
Well, listen, you start your career off there, and then you move off somewhere else to a bigger team, a bigger name. I agree with you guys. I think that I agree with Mike, too, in the fact that it's still a young season. It's still an early season. So if Manchester keeps pace and they stay together and they continue gelling, like you said, they'll be able to go far and definitely finish top 5.
Yeah. So, whatever. We'll see how it comes up with Manchester United. Still a ways. There's still work to do, in my opinion.
Definitely, still something.
4-0 QPR at home. Good for you, but we'll see where it goes from here.
We'll see what happens, bro.
Other big story in the league: Chelsea. Or another demolition job. 4-2 on Swansea.
Well, look, I think last episode we were talking about how I felt, at least in that moment, that Chelsea is the best team in Europe, the best team in the world. Right. And I think that right now they're proving us right. Yes, looks like they're conceding some goals. So there's maybe potentially even more room for improvement. But look, Diego Costa can't stop scoring, right?
7 goals in 4 games.
Incredible. It's an incredible record. It's like it's meant to be. And he had his doubters. He has his haters, definitely. But in the end, he's proving to be a very important player.
He's putting up the results.
Very important player for Mourinho. And I think that Mourinho's the great one. He does great things. And this, I feel, is going to be a league that will be won by Chelsea based on these early signs that we're getting so far this year.
Guys, I cannot say enough good things about Chelsea. I pray at the altar of Jose Mourinho. And guys, I just when I turn on the TV and I watch Chelsea, like I can't explain the joy and the love I feel. Like I'm watching a great squad.
Yeah.
I take off my shirt and I crack open a beer and I enjoy all that action.
Yeah, I know. Every player is he's one of the when I see the whole squad when they take their team picture, my pants get tighter. And it's amazing.
I personally rub a cold ice pack just to avoid that situation.
Stop that from happening.
Yeah.
Well, I'm usually on my own, so I don't mind too much.
Yeah.
Well, that was a nice
segment for Chelsea.
A little break.
Yeah.
Break the routine.
Well, look, I think we should talk about maybe Liverpool.
Lost 1-0.
Sterling doing really well for England, but I guess couldn't come through for Liverpool. Balo didn't have a very good game. I'm not talking just based on what I've seen because I didn't actually see the game, but basically this is what I heard. Not a great performance for Liverpool.
No, this was at home even, right?
Yeah, this early in the season. But look, like I was saying before, a lot of the big teams, besides Chelsea, have dropped a lot of points so far, not having great records. So it's really going to be really, really up for grabs, I think, this year. Maybe Chelsea will distance themselves from everybody else.
Yeah, this game went completely over my head. I just saw the score. But I saw that Balotelli got subbed off at the 71st minute. I can only imagine, how he played. I hope for his sake he played good. That's pretty much it.
I think Aston is actually on a roll right now, right? This is maybe their second
well,
win
look,
in a win.
first
in
you
a row.
got Chelsea, you got Swansea, I think, in second. And then the big names are further down the
If we're
table.
looking at the league table, yeah. So we got Aston Villa in second with 10.
Followed by
Yeah,
Swansea.
definitely.
Yeah.
So
Swansea in third with 9 points, and we have Saints in fourth.
Southampton, I think, smashed
3-0.
4-0. Yeah.
3-0. They won. Graziano Pelle with a double. Pretty sure that was the score. Hold on.
Graziano Pelle, just to inform some of our listeners. Basically, I guess was considered a good young Italian
No, you're right.
striker.
It was 4-0. Sorry.
Coming up, playing for Italy under 21, decided to make back in the day what was not a good career move, which is go play in AZ Uxmar. So
Yeah,
when you're
okay.
playing in Holland, maybe not the best decision. Kind of like went off out of circulation completely. But who knows? Maybe now that he's in England, eyes will be on him. He'll be able to resurrect his career. Might consider coming back to Italy. No idea. But way better, I guess, visibility in a league like the BPL, right?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, listen,
definitely.
he was a killer in Holland. I mean, he played for AZ Alkmaar, but then he had a good goal scoring record at Feyenoord. And I think it's a shame that the Italian team didn't want to take a chance on him. I mean, he has those qualities that sort of make him like a Luca Toni style striker. Very, very good in the air, and he seems to be very motivated. 2 goals this weekend for Southampton. That's pretty good. I mean, obviously he was brought in the league to score goals. I think that maybe after the season we could see him probably move elsewhere to a bigger club for sure. So that was Southampton 4-0 on Newcastle.
Now, there was Manchester City Arsenal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I only caught the last half hour of that game.
What were your impressions, Al?
Was 2-2 the final?
Yeah, it was a
Was it tie?
draw. I don't know. Man City. It seems like they have all. They're a team of names. There's just something missing in that lineup. I cannot put my finger on it. I cannot tell you, what these guys could do to get better. But it just seemed like they could be very wasteful at times. I don't know. Pretty disappointing by Man City. I thought Man City maybe deserved this one. But man, even both these guys should have had more points than they have. I think they definitely dropped points this year.
Well, I mean, look, I guess we pretty much covered the big BPL teams, right?
Yeah. Anything else happening in England? You guys, anything catching your eye? Any players? Nah.
Fuck all, bro.
Fuck all. You guys are too eager to talk about Serie A
Yeah, we're waiting for.
and Chievo Verona.
Everybody's waiting actually. For
Yeah, my legs were basically shaking because I wanted to talk about how good Napoli is and
Okay.
we're gonna
their
satisfy
stellar
that
performance.
We're gonna satisfy the hunger, guys. Serie A this week. Yesterday we saw Roma struggle to get by Empoli,
Ooh.
and Juventus. I would say
I wouldn't use the word struggle.
Empoli gave them a game.
They
They
did.
had to work for it. They had to work for those 3 points.
They did. But there were some players who were a little bit, let's say, underperformed. One guy for me was Pjanic from Rome.
Yeah, he was subbed off.
He really screwed up a lot of pass, really like uncharacteristic of Pjanic. But overall, I would say Roma, good ball movement, and the difference maker, the guy who basically got them the win, is your personal favorite from Belgium.
Nainggolan.
Nainggolan, man, he did everything. He basically ripped one from far. Again, second goal in 2 games, is it not?
Yeah.
So he's basically scoring every week. Look, he scores from long range. He can pick out players. He's able to dictate play. Defensively, he's pretty good. You know, gives the squad some really. He's a complete player, as complete as you can get. The most complete midfield player in Serie A for me.
People were saying that it was Vidal, but I think their opinions are going to change this year. Nainggolan is a guy who's just getting better and better after every year, from Cagliari and now to Roma, and he's probably the big reason why Roma are going to play good this year. And it would shock me if Barcelona or a Manchester United don't come get this guy in a transfer window very soon.
It wouldn't shock you.
Sorry, yeah, it wouldn't shock me. It would shock me if they didn't.
He's got the quality and the quantity. He can do the dirty work, but he can give you so much quality. So I really think that he's as complete as a midfielder can be.
Yeah. Roma, listen, after this week, Serie A, it's whatever. It's a league near and dear in my heart, but you could already see that Juventus ahead of the pack and Roma ahead of the pack. And Roma, I hope this is the story this year where we get to see a good battle for the title between 2 teams, Roma and Juventus. Napoli, pretenders. They are not in the equation. This Benitez does not know how to win a league to save his life. It's not going to happen.
Is this the slide to the Napoli-Chievo game then?
We could talk about that now. You want to skip over Juventus?
I was just disgusted watching this game, but disgusted because I was watching this game on Rai International while they actually show you live highlights of all the other games that are going on at the same time. I was getting nervous watching Napoli being so frustrated trying to score, while every 2 minutes you heard, that Rai International sound, that squilli di tromba, tan, taran, taran, tan, 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 and Inter scoring a goal like every 2 minutes, and that's a game gonna get into later. But it was so difficult for them to, and I mean, I saw Chievo Juve 2 weeks ago, so I knew what Napoli was in for. They were in for a game against a team that's basically, this is what we're gonna do: park the bus, 11 guys behind the ball, and we're going to try and win the game, or at least try and tie it, win the game maybe on a counterattack. And they won the game on one stupid fucking counterattack. They were able to score. Napoli, it's so difficult for them to have, I didn't find they were fast. I didn't find that there was a real fluidity. Yes, they ended up having I don't know what the stats are, but I heard something like 33 shots on goal, something ridiculous like that. But I don't know with how much conviction, you know what I mean? Penalty shot, there was a penalty shot in favor of Napoli very early in the get-go. Bardi, was it not, the goalkeeper who's on loan from Inter, playing for Chievo, playing for under-21 Italy, stoning him. It was a good PK. Perfect PKs are always buried. Good PK. But it was actually difficult to save because it was on his right, and he managed to save it with his left hand. He made a crazy save, had an amazing game.
Bardi was the difference, definitely.
Bardi was the reason why Napoli didn't win this game.
I know, but at the same time, you have to find a way to beat. If you want to win the title, you have to find a way to beat Chievo at home.
This is the problem. It's the problem with Napoli. Every year, look at the games, they always lose to Chievo. They're a team that they cannot beat Chievo. Chievo for them is
but it's not just Chievo. A couple years ago, Bologna. Last year, didn't we lose to Sassuolo?
It's the relegation-bound teams, and it doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. It was the same with Mazzarri. It's the same with Benitez. It's the curse. This team will not win the title, and now I don't know that Benitez is the guy. Honestly, that was his rap, that he was a guy who will win you a cup, but he will not win you the league. So, I mean, Champions League, we got knocked out. And now let's wait for, what are we in? You know, he won us a Coppa Italia. Thank you very much. No, could he win us the Europa League? That would be nice. I mean, I'll settle for, a shit season, but with a European title, that would be, a nice consolation.
Listen, I'm willing to accept the fact that you're not going to win the league, but at least, let us qualify for Champions League.
Get us in
But
the
yeah,
top three.
back to your point is you said, I remember the other time, that he's basically a one-trick pony. He only knows how to play one formation. And it's a damn shame because Napoli bought a player called Gervinho, who was an excellent player, played well for Chievo Verona, not Chievo Verona, but Hellas Verona, excuse me.
Who are you talking about?
Jorginho. Did I say
Jorginho.
Gervinho?
You said
I got the
Gervinho.
two mixed up. Gervinho plays for Rome. Jorginho has to assume a position that he's not comfortable assuming because now he's got to play in this. It's no choice. If you're playing for Napoli, you got to play in the 4-2-3-1 system.
Yeah.
There's no way about it. Benitez
suffers.
doesn't know how to play 4-3-3, and that's basically what. That's a very used formation in Serie A. 4-3-3 is what a lot of teams are playing right now. But listen, Benitez believes that in order to be good in Europe, you need to play the system, and therefore he's going to do the same thing in the league. And it's really starting not to make sense, especially when you're buying players that are not designed to play that system. So really, I mean, even on the other side of Napoli, basically the acquisitions that are made that are being made, knowing that the coach has this type of system, I wonder, like, is there some type of conversation between the
sporting director,
and the
I don't
coach?
know. I don't know what the hell's happening on Napoli, but
And my fear, or actually now it's not even a fear, is that maybe Benitez might not be around for long. I'm questioning whether he's interested to coach Napoli because recently he basically took off during the break. He went to England. What's he doing in England? I don't know. I think maybe he has family there, but I wouldn't be surprised. And I know Benitez is very interested in working in the EPL, the
listen,
BPL again.
If Benitez, if that's his plan, to fuck off on Napoli, then go, manage. I don't know which team he can go get fucked now.
I think the biggest loss for Napoli will be losing Benitez's power to get basically world-class level players who have played under him and say, listen.
There's no way we would have signed
Callejon,
Higuain, or Reina last year. There's no way we would have brought these guys, even Mertens. Those are like four guys we were never brought to Napoli if Mazzarri was coaching. So I mean, Benitez brings you something. I guess he brings you that star power. He won every major trophy there is, barring leagues. He won both the Champions League and the UEFA Cup, Europa League. Sorry. So I mean, yeah, that's something to consider. But I mean, if this guy's already thinking about going to the coach of fucking, I don't know, Swansea,
so be it.
he can fucking choke on the next pizza he eats because we spent a lot of money on mediocre players, and it just drives me crazy that we already this season knocked out of the Champions League and losing 1-0 at home is a nightmare. But anyways, not to get stuck on Napoli, Inter absolutely put a fucking demolition job on Sassuolo, which is kind of bad, I'd say, because I think after Simone Zazza's positive performances for Italy, everyone was sort of excited to see him play for Sassuolo, and then they get absolutely embarrassed in Milan.
Well, this is the game we were talking about that was making my ears ring from hearing Inter scoring goals every 2 or 3 minutes. They ended up finishing 7-0. I think Icardi scored a hat-trick.
Yeah, Osvaldo double, Icardi hat-trick. I mean, whatever. It's a case of Inter playing really good and Sassuolo playing really bad.
Yeah, from the highlights I saw before, it looked like defending disasters all around.
Listen, a big reason why Sassuolo probably remained in Serie A, other than maybe Di Francesco coming back and like resurrecting the situation, is probably their attack, because they do have Zaza, we saw now this guy's going to be an Italian regular. But there's also the young 19-year-old, right? Berardi.
There's Berardi, and then there's Sansone. They play whatever.
Floro Flores.
No, well, he's usually a sub.
Well, that's it. But you got so many
They
good.
get You have firepower.
You got good firepower. You experienced guys too. You have a nice mix of younger and experienced guys, but defensively not so great. Oh look, it ends there. Big smash.
Guys, game of the week, I think, so far in Serie A for sure.
More goals, more than 7 goals. This one.
Milan, Parma at the Tardini in Parma. Back and forth, red card. This game had everything.
I loved
red
it.
cards,
Two red
bro.
cards. Yeah, this game had everything. It was.
I loved it.
Guys, that handball intentional.
I don't know.
Listen, you gotta call it,
You have to call it.
though.
but you gotta call it.
It looked intentional to me.
It could have been, but you gotta call it. I mean, then again, you can't chop your arm off, right? But you gotta call a call like that because it's the arm is completely extended away from the body. I think the ref has a certain degree of deciding what he wants to call and what he wants to let go. But I think as soon as the defender arm completely away from the body,
Yeah.
you call it all the time.
Yeah. That's what.
Bonaventura opening the score. He's a player I like a lot. Probably going to get play for the national team pretty soon.
Not the greatest goal. The first goal scuffed a shot. I think.
What a terrible game Mirante had. Oh my
I
God.
think Mirante had to do a lot better on that one and a couple other ones.
Diego Lopez. Guys, do you think he got hurt on that?
Yeah, funny moment at the end of the game. One of the last goals is pass back from Di Sciglio, passing back to David Lopez, who completely missed
Diego.
it. Diego, sorry. Touching it, it looked like his hamstring. But I think it was pure BS. He was just trying to cover the fact, look, I didn't stop the ball properly.
That
I
was
mean, it could have been,
embarrassing.
but it's
Because-
funny because he got a really good season last year, and you didn't see much of that kind of shit last year with Madrid.
Well,
man.
look,
He
I
also
mean,
had, he also had Sergio Ramos in front of him. And now he has clowns like Bonera.
a little bit different class.
Yeah.
Well, look, we're experts, right? We played the game.
Exactly.
And we know that when you pull a hamstring, you don't stay on the field.
No, you.
And they were in a situation where Abbiati couldn't come on. He finished all his subs, and he did stay on the field. So I think it was just
Well, listen,
world class acting.
I'm sure if he is hurt, we'll hear about it.
Maybe
Yeah, we'll find out
Hamstring
soon.
is not something that you just wake up the next day okay.
no, but
Tutto stilo, bro. The next day, my hamstring's no problem. I'm just gonna go and practice. No, that's not gonna happen.
any words on Cassano, Al?
I think he's. Listen,
I
guys,
know you love him.
I think he's one of the biggest piece of shit players. He's just he's an incredible talent, but just he's a half a man. He just that goal was nice. The goal he scored was really nice. Don't get me wrong, but the turnover by De Jong in the middle of the field. I mean, that was all Cassano's fault. I mean, what was he thinking? He was just waiting too long to release the ball when you have an animal like De Jong right in front of you. I mean, it was inevitable that De Jong was going to steal the ball, and it was even funnier is that De Jong. He's a really good, destroyer, but he's not the fastest guy in the world. And seeing him run towards the net like an old tractor, and no one being able to stop him, was amazing. And Mirante just taking forever to come out of his box. It was, this was one of the funniest games, marked by one of the best goals. The goal at the end by Jeremy Menez was really nice.
He worked hard for it.
Yeah,
he definitely
he
worked hard for it. But guys, Cassano plays with this confidence. That's why he holds the ball too long. That's why he might make the wrong decision. Because he always thinks that he makes the right decision, but he plays with this crazy amount of confidence.
He is, and he will always be a prima donna. And he's playing for Parma.
Yeah.
So he's a star.
Yeah, he is.
So I mean, listen,
number 99.
Cassano's a guy who has all the technical skill in the world, who unfortunately couldn't keep his body up to par. Has the physique of a 40-year-old woman, I think, who cannot run very fast, and I think that's his problem. Cassano could have been one of the greatest players in the world had he been a serious professional.
He has a book out talking about how he basically banged somewhere close to 700 to 800 women throughout the course of his life.
Apparently, he banged a third of the female population of Madrid while he was there. This is numerical data, scientific data.
What percentage from Bari Vecchia who are dirty crack whores?
I don't know. There's a rumor that is. Oh, never mind. Let's go.
Probably other good things to say about
No rumors.
Honda.
Just in case we go big, no rumors.
Positive. He's playing better.
So those are all very good signs from Milan all round.
I think that Milan are a club. I mean, last year we made fun of Milan so much for them just being a club that runs on ridiculous transfer policies. That they're a shadow of their former selves. They are a shadow of their former selves. However, I think they made a really good summer transfer campaign. I think with enough luck, they can maybe crack the top 3. Maybe.
Maybe.
Still remains to be seen.
It
2
depends
games
on how hard does Napoli suck, I think.
And from what we've seen so far,
Pretty hard.
Pretty hard. Yeah. So I mean, other than that, what else is happening in Italy? Juventus pretty comfortable 2-0. You know,
Against Udinese.
apparently a goal that was onside, was offside. I don't know. It's kind of arguable. But a lot of people are saying that Juventus up to their old tricks again.
Really?
I wouldn't read too far into that. And if it's coming from my mouth, then it means that,
Yeah.
it's probably not true because I'm not a big Juve fan.
No. But yeah, anyways. Moving on. Moving on in Italy. Only 2 games in. Not much going on in Italy yet, I think, for us to really sink our teeth into. So, guys, let's go move on to La Liga, BBVA.
What an exciting week this
really,
week.
Oh
really
my God.
big games.
Guys,
That's
I
where it
sat
starts.
down-
That's where it ends.
I sat down on my couch. I took off my shirt.
What were you ready to watch?
I cracked open a beer, and I was watching the Madrid derby.
Oh, man.
What did you think, Jeff?
What minute did you fall asleep?
No, then I watched the whole thing. It was very
It
entertaining.
was riveting. Did you like it?
Oh my God, it was scintillating.
Listen, I was listening to a lot of the game. Not much. I think finally, Madrid are getting the syndrome of a too many stars club. What do you think?
Guys, I listen. I don't know Carlo Ancelotti, but I'm pretty sure this guy's pulling out his hair that he had to sacrifice a jewel like Di Maria to bring in a guy that he he was good. He probably didn't want or need in Rodriguez.
Well, there's got to be a reason why he's so skinny.
Di Maria.
Ancelotti.
Oh, Ancelotti.
Have you seen how much weight the guy's lost? Must be missing that pasta in Italy. That's for sure.
No, that's pastina. No, but seriously.
I can only
Well,
hope
listen.
it's not AIDS or worse.
You bring Rodriguez in, and do they expect him to do the same thing that Di Maria did? Same role? Was he a
No.
like for like?
No, it's not a like for like. Obviously, they're very creative players, but in different ways. Di Maria is a winger, and James is a classic 10. But I mean, the way Ancelotti's system lines up, did they even need that guy? I don't think so.
No, but they needed to get the name.
Guys, do we not agree that on paper Real Madrid and Barcelona are the 2 best clubs in La Liga?
Well, guys, we've seen right here that Atletico Madrid is just as good
Yeah, definitely.
as Real Madrid or Barcelona, the defending champions, and I think the Atletico Madrid, barring
But
But
I think
sorry.
I'll just go ahead. I think that in a league like La Liga, where there's always one team that just completely runs away with it, and barely loses or ties any games in the season, you got to keep up to par with that team. And now, if you're looking at those stats right now, only 3 games in the season, 3 points for Real Madrid. It's not good enough.
Yeah.
No.
Barca conceding 0 goals in 3 games. Real Madrid conceding 6.
No,
It's like a
Trouble.
pretty worrying situation if I'm a Real Madrid fan. And I mean, it really begs to ask the question again, like, they messed with the winning formula.
exactly.
Did they mess with the winning formula? Yes, for me.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, I mean,
That's how good Di Maria is as a player.
Di Maria is great.
He
I
held
mean,
the team together.
he's the reason. If you talk to a lot of Real Madrid fans, they'll tell you he's the reason why they won the Champions League last year. He was the main. So he's what made everyone tick. And you get rid of a guy like Xabi, Xavi, sorry, and you bring in Cruz, still new to La Liga. That's another style of soccer.
Yeah.
Obviously, he'll adapt. I don't know. I feel bad for Carletto because I know that he doesn't have a say in a lot of the workings at Real Madrid, and I'm pretty sure if he was in charge, it'd be a different looking squad.
Yeah, but I also think that like with the type of team, I mean, at any given moment, they could just start happening. It could just start happening. They could just start clicking from one moment to the next, and it happened a lot of times last year too. I mean, a lot of times you saw some moments during the season where, oh Jesus Christ, Real Madrid again. They're dropping points, tying small names, but
I think it's going to be more up to James because
Yeah.
Bale and Ronaldo will burn anybody on those wings because this is what's going to end up happening. It's going to be James central and those two guys on the wings, and it's going to be up to him to really be on par with basically the rest of the team.
yeah. But you know, one guy that hasn't been taking enough shit that should be taking more shit is Benzema. Benzema fucked up a lot of chances last game, and he's not getting as many goals as he should. He should be a top striker in La Liga, and he's not really high up there when you consider who he's getting service from and who he's playing with. So,
Well, 3 games in, it's still. It's still early for Real. Like, hopefully they'll adjust. I really have no teams in Spain. I only want to see Carlo Ancelotti do good because I think he's the best Italian coach. So hopefully they'll do better. But it frustrates me as a fan, and I can't imagine how Ancelotti feels as a manager. I think Atletico Madrid looked. They look really good.
They look like Atletico Madrid, right?
They're getting. I think
Usual.
they're just as good.
Solid.
Even though they lost Costa, Mandzukic, in my opinion, is a good replacement.
guys, a huge
Decent
part of
enough replacement.
Atletico is Thiago too.
Yeah,
In the middle of the park, our boy.
I don't understand it.
Thiago is a Juventus region.
I
Did he
don't
play
un-
with Juventus? I think he played
I-
Juventus in Serie B, right?
I don't understand it. He was such a garbage player,
He
and
was
for
so
him to be
bad.
so amazing, playing for a Champions League final team, and
It's
no
weird.
words.
It's definitely
So
weird.
it's weird how some players adapt to other leagues and situations better. But you also have to put in mind that when he was at Juventus, they were garbage. They were really bad.
Yeah, starting off right off that scandal, gave a lot of players who maybe might not have been Juventus material. The very same Del Piero, people forget as Juventus fans, as much as they love him, that before the scandal, this guy wasn't getting a lot of playing time. And there's a lot of players like Bozhinov, where's Bozhinov
Valery
today?
Bozhinov.
Bozhinov.
I think he's playing third division.
Jonathan Zebina, world-class players.
He was a Capello guy.
That's right, yeah. He was always around.
He was always a Capello guy. He followed.
He was always a Capello guy, but he was the stinker of the group,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh man, those are fun. Those are some. Those are the, I think some
But
of
it's
the
also
greatest.
it's also where a lot of guys like Marquisio started their
Yeah.
career.
They had some good. They had some good players.
Maybe
in the league.
Palladino was even on that team.
Listen,
If
I
remember.
respect Juventus, but
Definitely.
I think those years that Juventus were doing bad were some of the greatest years of my life.
And on that, we should probably move on to.
Fuck did we get onto Juventus?
Thiago,
We always talk about you, no matter what.
Thiago, yeah, we got on talking to.
Juventus reject.
And on
Talking
the,
about Atletico Madrid, the conversation spiraled out of control. We went and talked about the worst years of Juventus's history.
Oh, there you
well, listen, we like switching it up a little bit
Yeah.
here, and
But yeah,
it's all good. It's all soccer.
The only thing I want to say about Atletico Madrid is that
Sure.
the only thing they lost the big piece wasn't even Costa in my opinion. It was Courtois. I think they replaced Diego Costa with a decent enough player, and they also brought in a guy like Griezmann. But I don't know too much about this Moya. But if he could be solid, I think that Atletico is going to be there. Top two this year in La Liga BBVA.
Yep.
All right, so
Guys, I think
Barca Atletico.
yeah.
So this one, in this match, you actually had it was being played in Barcelona, and they were commemorating the 300th anniversary of the fall of Catalonia. So If we want to talk politics, we can talk about that. But since we talk about soccer, and all we do is talk about soccer, and all we do is win, we're going to talk about the game. And I was curious to watch this game because we see this guy Munir Al Haddadi. He was basically the story the past couple of weeks, making his way, from basically the Primavera, the youth team, playing with the big boys. And I was curious to see how's this player going to play. International break. Neymar shines with Brazil. I don't know if you guys caught the Brazil-Colombia game. He was incredible. Usual Neymar, just doing everything for Brazil. Munir starting for Spain. So I was curious, who gets the start? Munir started. He got a couple of occasions. Messi playing a role as this trequartista. He's basically the guy that's pulling the strings. No Xavi. A lot of passes coming from him. Barcelona all around really good play. The first goal, Busquets to Messi to Neymar, because Neymar came on and he was incredible, man. He was really good in this game. Tic-tac-toe passes. Second goal was another Messi-Neymar collaboration. Messi just completely burned the entire wing, pulls it back. Neymar in the box. Look, he's doing it, man. He's been doing it for Brazil, and now he's stepping up for Barcelona in a big way when a player like Neymar should step up, given that, Luis Suarez with his big buck teeth is looking on from La Tribuna, from the stands.
He's licking his chops.
He's licking his chops, ready to bite.
Licking his teeth.
You guys, he's going to be back in time for the, just a side note, for the El Clasico. I think it's on the 13th
Of
October?
October or November?
Or no, it's in October, but 11th or 13th. I don't know which one.
El Clásico.
Imagine how much money is going to be on the field
Oh my God.
at that moment. I always think about that.
Millions of dollars. I only caught highlights of this game. I saw that the big choreography before the match commemorating the
Catalonia
and Basque,
17-14.
the partnership of terrorism between the Barcelona and the Athletic Club fans. That was the highlight of the match for me. Obviously, Neymar's goals too. But yeah, Barcelona, getting the job done against Athletic Club.
Should we move on to another league? Because I think this was basically the story of La Liga. It was these essentially.
I mean, I saw the other box scores. We had not too much happening. I guess Sevilla getting it done 2-0 at home against Getafe. Mike, did you watch any of these other games?
No, I just caught these four powerhouses battling it off against each other.
I guess it's safe to say that La Liga needs another one or two teams to start stepping it up, right? A Valencia or a Sevilla or something like that to start making it a little bit more competitive.
Well, no, Valencia is in second and Sevilla in third, so they're not too far off.
Yeah, they need to stay there. They need to stay high up the ladder.
Just Madrid, our Madrid boys are in 13. Like Mike said, 3 points collected in 3 games is not worthy of the Spanish champions. So I don't know what's happening in Madrid. Barcelona, 9 points, 3 games. We don't expect anything less. I think the race of the top 4 is really interesting. I think that it's always now in Spain it's always a question to see who's going to get that number 4 spot. I mean, it's always a guarantee that Barcelona, Real, and Atletico are going to take those top 3. Or recently Atletico. So again, 3 games in, we still have to wait to see if anything else interesting is going to happen.
Yeah.
Want to talk about another league, French league?
I didn't catch anything other than the top 3 leagues this week.
Well, look.
I just saw that Paris sort of struggled.
Anytime PSG does not win, we should talk about it.
That's the only game, the only highlights I saw from the French league.
Tell us about it, Mike.
Well, look. PSG tied this game. They were playing 4-3-3, and I'm always amazed to watch a guy like Pastore, who I've seen play in Serie A, playing with 3 forwards in front of him.
That's crazy.
I mean, you're playing a 4-3-3, and who did they have up front? They had Ibra, Cavani, and Lucas Moura up front. In the midfield, they had Verratti. In the middle, they had Thiago Motta, and they had Pastore. Now, look, I understand that Verratti and Thiago Motta are very combative, fighting midfield players who can hold up their own. But essentially, you have 2 midfielders that are trying to hold up this entire team. It's just like, I mean, it doesn't make
crazy.
sense. And this is the problem with PSG. Another one of these teams that, like, if you want to talk about teams that buy players just to buy players, let's talk about PSG. And then after the manager, you talk about Ancelotti. Then the manager has to basically deal with it, right? Who do I start? What do I do? Okay, I guess we'll
You
throw
gotta
on.
make do.
Whatever works.
Listen, Verratti had a good game. It was a nice ball to Ibra.
I saw that
Perfect.
beautiful floater. He gave it.
Perfect floater ball. Ibra burying it. 2 minutes later, Camara with a goal. And that's pretty much where it ends there. Lavezzi was then brought on for Mora. PSG was overall okay, but I mean, really mechanical, really, maybe just like Napoli, very slow at building up anything, really creating really concrete scoring chances.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I don't know what's happening in.
They're still going to win the league, but I mean, this is all those millions. I don't see them as a team that's like going to pose a major threat in Champions League. I think they're going to continue to be this team that will struggle in Champions League. And
that was a team this Paris team is a team that's built to win the Champions League. You know, it's a given that they'll win the French league, because other than them, there's no other heavyweight team. You know, even Italy, as bad as Serie A is right now, you know, we have a Roma that can challenge. And in France, I really don't see any other team that comes close to Paris Saint-Germain. So, I mean, you can keep smashing every team in the league or keep winning, but then what happens when you get to the Champions League semifinal and you run into Barcelona or Bayern Munich?
You get smashed.
Yeah, that's you know.
even though you have the luxury of benching a lot of players, it's still you have a team that doesn't make sense. Basically,
No.
it's
So that's all pretty much there's to say about France.
It sucks because, like maybe 10 years ago, the French league was a very competitive league. A lot of, at least a good
I would say
well,
Paris.
Lyon, Marseille, Monaco, all these were.
well,
were-
exactly. Wasn't there a whole string where was it not Lyon who won 5 consecutive?
Yeah.
But they all had
They've been a league who's been dominated by one team. But
two
you're saying
teams.
that the followers were there.
The followers were there, and for sure the gap was a little bit smaller, I think, than it is now in terms of money spending.
Yeah, well, I mean, you had Lyon, you had Marseille, you had Lille even doing well.
Yeah. Well, it looked like Monaco was only going to be like the only real contender because they were going to have the big pockets to deal with a team like PSG in that league. But it seems like they're not going to really attract players. They don't even have a big enough fan base.
No, I don't know, but that's the problem with Monaco. I think that these guys who bought Monaco
Didn't realize. Look, it's
Yeah.
gonna be hard. It's gonna be a challenge marketing strategy. Really getting people to hop on that bandwagon, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like I would think that when you make a purchase on that level, that
You have a long-term plan. You know what you're going to do.
exactly, and you know how to maximize the brand. And it seems that they have a very ugly, like Italian-looking track running stadium. They need to build a new stadium, and even at that, they don't have enough fan. It seems like they made the wrong investment. These guys should have bought a team, and somewhere else in France if they're looking to buy in France, or even like maybe an AC Milan, which is one of the biggest clubs in the world that probably need a new owner, and that's an excellent team to rebuild and to build a new stadium and try to make them compete with the Barcelonas and Real Madrid. So yeah, that's pretty much. I don't know what's gonna happen there.
Because they have one of our best internationals and one of our best former internationals.
Who?
João Moutinho and Ricardo Carvalho.
Can
you believe it, guys?
Well, last year they had Falcao and then they had James.
Yeah, they lost both.
So they lost both. They didn't really replace them with. So I don't know, Monaco. Rest in peace.
Yeah, that's it for the French league. I think. We've ran the rounds. What's next, guys?
Guys, Lega Pro.
like a pro C3.
Let's talk about Sassari Torres.
What the fuck is that? I don't even know that.
Should we move on to Euro qualifying?
I think so, unless you have something to say about MLS.
No, it's true. We're going to talk about MLS. Yeah. Euro qualifying was for another show, right?
You'll do the talking.
I think we should hit it all now. Might as well.
We do a vote.
Let's leave this to vote.
On our vote.
Euro qualifying.
What are we voting for? Fine, let's do Euro.
Yeah, just keep it rolling.
Rolling.
Listen, let's just discuss the big teams. We'll start with Italy, I guess.
Let's at least provide our listeners with some type of, you know what I mean?
Substance.
A little bit of let's just basically break it down group by group.
All right.
Unless
you want to discuss the Andorra versus Luxembourg result.
Well, look, I think it's important. No, but I mean, let's go group by group. I mean, just to educate who's in which group, and then highlight obviously the most important game of each group. Because I'm sure our listeners aren't interested in Malta or San Marino and what they're doing.
We have a huge following in Estonia.
In San Marino.
In Estonia.
Oh,
Estonia has us on
they won, by the way, so we'll definitely cover that. But look, maybe our listeners don't even know, but the format changed for the Euro.
Yeah, it's a 24
more teams.
It's not 16 teams anymore.
It's for 24 teams.
So we're probably gonna have a crappier Euro tournament.
I don't think so, man. There's a lot of every Euro tournament. There's a lot of good teams that don't make it.
One team that's going to make
teams.
it now that they didn't make it before?
But maybe one or two.
Bosnia.
And you know what I mean?
But who was missing last Euro?
I can't really think of a world-class team.
Turkey, Bosnia.
Even in the World Cup, which amazing teams. We were talking about Sweden. Because Ibra's there, basically.
Yeah, but still, that's a team, that's a star. That's a reason to watch,
All right, guys, let's go. Let's look at what happened.
Well, look, guys.
Group A, go.
Group A, Iceland, Czech,
Go.
Kazakhstan, Latvia, Netherlands, Turkey. The big upset was Iceland beating Turkey 3-0.
Saw the highlights of that game. I thought I was actually shocked that Turkey didn't get a result because it's Iceland. But I mean, yeah, disappointing. Arda Turan couldn't save Turkey.
Wait a second. That's the upset. Didn't the Czech Republic beat Holland?
Well, that was the other upset, but I mean, just based on the score line, if
Iceland
we're
was a
looking
bigger
at
upset,
yeah,
that was a bigger upset. I mean, not much to say else
in terms of the game
of the action. Yeah,
right. So the other one, Czech Holland. I didn't see the game, the Czech Holland game, but I did see Holland play a friendly against Italy in Bari.
Yeah, but that wasn't really a game to gauge them on because they got a red card early.
True, but they were horrible in that early part before the red card. And I think, yes, Italy was more concerned about winning that game. Conte's first game, Conte playing in Bari at the San Nicola, where he was basically coaching Bari a couple years ago.
Yeah.
All eyes were on him. It was his game to lose, and we just saw in the way that he was basically freaking out on the sidelines.
Yeah.
It was a game he wanted to win. But look, Holland, Gus Hiddink, friendly Euro qualifier, not doing well, losing his basically first two games.
Yeah, well, listen, it's refreshing to see, in my opinion, because Czech Republic is obviously a country with a lot of history, and so we like to see them, come back.
They had just lost in a friendly against the United States a week before or whatever.
Yeah, but mind you, this game was at home, so
This is
still
different.
early. One game in, not
I'm
much.
pretty sure they were pissed off against losing because of losing against fucking the United States. Fucking.
The only thing I gotta say about Holland is they didn't have their best player in their lineup for both those games.
Who's that?
friendly Is Robin didn't play.
Percy was there.
He's hurt,
I'm pretty-
Robin,
wasn't
or
he?
why didn't Robin
No,
play?
Arjen Robin, not.
Oh,
Robin.
Arjen Robin. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal was. He just didn't feature. I don't know whether it was due to injury or suspension. I'm not sure.
Guys,
Group B.
Group B.
Passiamo.
Wales, Cyprus, Belgium, Israel, Bosnia-Herzegovina,
Okay,
and
Mike.
Andorra.
Mike, I know you watched every game in this group, so I expected
I
detailed
honestly
analysis.
look Andorra, Wales. Game started off with Andorra converting a PK and scoring their first goal in over 4 years after 18 international matches. Okay,
Listen.
and the guy who scored Andorra's goal is the highest goal scorer ever for Andorra. He has 8 goals. And he went through a little bit of a drought, guys, because it's his first goal in 5 years.
This is amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
Listen, congratulations to Andorra and congratulations to him.
Listen. Wales ended up winning this game 2-1. Had it not been for a guy called Gareth Bale, who just so happens to be like what?
Superman.
The most expensive signing of all time, playing on fucking turf against Andorra. In Andorra.
That's crazy.
They would have lost this game. They have one professional player. He plays in the third division Spanish league for Zaragoza's B team.
Man.
So, I'm wondering, guys, if you're the owner of Real Madrid, what are you thinking when you see
Letting
a guy
this
like?
play.
Because he wasn't even. They were like, it was questionable. Is Gareth Bale gonna play on a fucking turf field? This precious asset to Real Madrid.
Guys, like this Group B is like it's like the land of the misfit dolls. You have like Cyprus is probably not even a real country. Wales too. I mean,
Well, okay, I didn't even finish talking about how good Andorra is.
okay, sorry, I cut you off.
Their record for the World Cup 2014 qualifiers was 0-10. 0 wins, 0 ties, and 10 losses, with an incredible 30 goals against and a really solid 0 goals for.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Well, listen.
Mike, I'm happy you did all this research.
I watched this game passionately, honestly. And the other game that I watched was Bosnia-Cyprus. And
Okay.
it's another joke game because you're playing against another fucking joke team.
Jesus Christ, I
In
can't
Cyprus, Cyprus is another one of these teams that gets destroyed whenever they play qualifiers. Cyprus is what, like a country like off the coast of Greece?
Greece and Turkey.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're ranked 140th on the FIFA rankings, and Bosnia is ranked 19th. They have one of the world's most deadliest strikers in Dzeko, Pjanic, who just so happens to be basically what Serie A's best midfielder last season, who couldn't even convert a penalty shot. Horrible week for the guy.
I'm glad we're going to be seeing more of these guys.
And
Guys, I
Cyprus,
cannot wait to watch every game in Group B.
Cyprus managed to win 2-1. So
That's
I
great.
mean,
honestly, that's a big result. A
Look.
World Cup team like Bosnia should not be losing to Cyprus.
Guys.
look, given the fact that in this Euro tournament, you're going to have, because the first top 2 teams are going to advance from every group, and then there's going to be those knockout games, right? The head-to-head matchups for the third spot, for the best third spot. You might risk seeing a team like Andorra that has players playing in, the 6th division French league, playing in the Euro Cup. I think it's amazing. This is the reason why I was watching the Euro qualifiers.
I'm looking forward to that. Honestly. And in this group with Israel's a fucked up place to play. I'm telling you. We had them in our qualifying group last time around, and it was fucked up. The field is crazy. It's like playing on a war field directly. They're
I would have watched them play, but they weren't playing this week. That's the only thing.
Well, listen, watch them play. It's something.
Next game, I think, is going to be against Belgium for them, so that'll be definitely interesting.
That'll be a cracker.
Group C, guys.
Group C for Katso. Spain, Slovakia, Belarus, Luxembourg, Ukraine, Macedonia. Look, I think all eyes were on the Spanish team, right? They won really convincingly.
Yeah.
Won 5-1. Goal scorers were Valencia, Ramos, Paco Alcacer, Busquets, Silva, Pedro. No, not Valencia. It was played in Valencia. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Guys,
Look,
I think the only thing interesting to say about this group here is Spain. They obviously it's their first competitive game since getting shellacked in the World Cup.
They have something to prove.
I caught the Spain-France friendly.
did they not lose Spain in that
They
game?
lost.
Yeah.
They lost 1-0 to France, and it's. I thought that was probably like a big moment in Spanish soccer. You know, they had a miserable World Cup, and then they go to they play a team on the up like France, and then lose 1-0. You know, even though it was just a friendly. You know, still Spain are still a wounded animal after that World Cup. Those first two games against Holland and Chile is still, I think it's still in the back of the players' heads.
Well, look, Al, you interrupted me because I watched this game and I wanted to give a really detailed analysis of the entire. Yeah, I had this whole spiel. About El Haddadi Munir and how he's like this great prodigy. You know, like he's only 18 years old, and he ended up playing. He got some time in this game. So
What did he
Spain
look
has
like,
another young gun, basically looking good.
Just need to play these guys.
Our Napoli boy, Albiol, started in D. Iniesta was back. He was injured for Barca last couple of weeks. First goal, Ramos chip. Very, very cheeky. Cucchiaio style Totti bro penalty. Second goal, 1 minute later, tiki-tac. Third goal, first goal, believe it or not, in a Spanish kit for Busquets. It took him 70 games
Oh, that's a lot.
to get his first goal. It's crazy. Fourth goal, they allowed David Silva in the box, basically walked all over everybody, picked up bottom right corner. And fifth goal, nice running play by Pedro. Spain basically dominated the whole game throughout. Only critical thing to say is that between the 60th and 80th minute, when they were already destroying this team completely, is that they chose to really play really cheeky, looking for that extra pass, trying to look good in front of the home fans. Because this one could have finished 6-7, 8-1. Really, chapeau. Chapeau,
So,
Spain.
You guys want to call a second place for this group right away?
Fuck.
It's hard, isn't it?
Come
on, faster than that, for fuck's sake.
Ukraine. No, not Ukraine, Slovakia. Because I watched Slovakia, Ukraine, my friends. I really, honestly watched
You're a machine.
Ukraine, Slovakia. Big absence was Skirtle was injured.
Oh, hey, it's injured.
Skirtle was injured, and I was interested. I said, you know what? I want to watch the Slovakian team. They got Marek Hamsik,
Marek Hamsik, our boy.
big captain. We talked about,
Was he as garbage for Slovakia as he is for
No.
Napoli? Oh, yeah, actually had a good game.
No. And he plays in a different position, guys. He plays in midfield. And it's interesting to watch him play that far behind, but he's a guy that
He was coming back today for Napoli. He was playing pretty deep.
he played he played pretty deep. Goal was by a Slovakian player called Mac, Big Mac Attack. Who got a nice,
Fuck is this guy?
beautiful. I have no idea. Probably plays in Slovakian league. Gets paid like the equivalent of what, a grain of salt a week or something like that. Anyways,
A bag of rice.
beautiful pass by Hamsik. But I mean, Ukraine, I thought was really bad. Just watching them, you got the feel that playing against a team that had more firepower, like a team that maybe not, Slovakia, but maybe Spain, they could have really had a job really done on them. Slovakia, good ball movement by the forwards. Hamsik, really good at picking strikers out, but they're not scary by any means.
No.
But what I want to do is just completely fast forward to the last couple minutes in this game. Critical moment in the game. 3rd minute of injury time. Slovakia winning 1-0. Ukraine wants to get this goal. They're playing at home. All 11 players inside of the Ukrainian inside the box getting ready. Everybody in the stands of Ukraine on their feet. Ukrainian goalkeeper getting inside of the box, seeing if maybe he could score, and it happens.
Oh, he scored.
Ukrainian goalkeeper scores a goal, but they ended up calling a non-existent infringement on the other goalkeeper, on the Slovakian goalkeeper, and they basically it ended up finishing 1-0. And I'm commenting about this moment because it was like a nice scene. After the game, you had the Ukrainian and Slovakian goalkeeper. Cameras were focused on them, obviously because of the whole incident. They were talking about it. Obviously the Ukrainian goalkeeper saying, "Look, this is total bullshit. I scored a legit goal." And it was a nice moment because they ended up shaking hands and exchanging jerseys. So, guys, this is what
nice.
It's one of those Kodak moments. Other big game in this group that I feel like I'm really not pulling my weight and doing my job, but I didn't watch Luxembourg tie against Belarus.
Oh my god!
Sorry,
you don't
guys.
have a match report on this game, Mike.
I don't have a report on this game. I didn't watch it.
I don't think we're gonna include you in the next show, Mike.
Sorry, guys.
I think we're gonna get rid of you.
But look, let's move on. Group D, a little bit more quality, at least in this group.
Gibraltar brought us a lot of quality against Poland.
I watched that game, and we're gonna talk about it. Poland, yeah.
I don't think we need to talk about. Honestly, I don't think we need to talk about
Republic of
Gibraltar.
Ireland, Germany, Scotland, Georgia, Gibraltar. Let's talk about Germany, Scotland.
Yeah, Germany was close, wasn't it?
Did you happen to watch this game by any chance?
I missed this one completely.
Look, guys, Germany, in case you guys have not been living on this planet for the past, 4 months, won the World Cup, and they're sporting that 4th star on their jersey, looking as confident as ever. And they actually lost a friendly game a couple days ago, a friendly game labeled as the World Cup final rematch, but obviously I think the two games don't have the same importance. It was against Argentina.
Yeah. It was.
Guys,
They were down how much at 1.4-0?
I think it finished 4-2.
Yeah. They were
It
down
finished
4-0.
4-2. But in a nutshell, what did we learn in this game? Well, we already know Germany's bigger, better, stronger, jumps higher than any other team. They were great. Scotland, poor in the first half, did a little bit better in the second half. They got a couple of decent players. A guy called Naismith plays his club level soccer at Everton. Good win for Germany. Only question that I have to ask to you guys, because look, it's a different German team. There were other players on this team like Marco Reus.
Well, he wasn't there in the World Cup because he was injured.
Wasn't there in the World Cup. Big player. Götze is now a usual starter. Big transfer to Bayern Munich was a couple seasons ago, not this season, the season before. Do you guys think that this German squad, the squad that played this friendly, the future German squad, is better than the World Cup squad? Because you know what, I think they do with a new number 9, Götze playing as number 9, not the world's best, but Germany's best footballer last year.
Marco Reus?
Yeah, what do you guys think?
Well, listen, Marco Reus, I think he's already hurt again. Tore his ankle, something like that. So, might not see him again anyway. Götze's starting. I don't think he's any better than Muller. And if you have Muller, I'd rather Muller than Götze. So, no, I think
I'd
it's
rather
the same.
play those guys together.
Yeah, well, you could play them together, but I mean, they basically play the same role when they play for Germany, right?
Well, listen, this German team is just as good as they were in the World Cup.
Yeah,
The only
pretty
element they're
much.
missing is Lam, because I believe that Lam retired from international football. So, I mean, it's the same team. Neuer's still there. All the key ingredients are all still there. So, I mean,
Same quality.
it's the same quality, same team. They
They're
can only
beasts.
get better.
Beast mode. Big hairy German cocks with blonde hair. Beyond.
Red some.
Read some.
Guys,
Let's go to the next group.
Well, wait. Allow me to concede me 15 minutes in the spotlight just to talk about this team Gibraltar, who's playing.
Jesus fucking Christ.
They're amazing. They have a population of 30,000 people.
We don't need to talk about the punching bags at the tournament, I don't think.
Listen, Lewandowski 4 goals, 7-0. Poland beats Gibraltar.
God.
Moving on, Group E. Lithuania, England, Estonia, Slovenia, Switzerland, San Marino. Look, all eyes were on which game? Switzerland, England.
Yeah, and they got the win.
I watched England play in the friendly. Not convinced. Nobody was convinced about England. They said they don't have an identity. This is the game where people said now England has an identity. They're playing like a real English team, fast pace, tempo, and they did that with a big player missing, Sturge. Sturge wasn't there. Welbeck was basically in his place. Sterling, man, this guy has to be the most important player for England. It was just incredible. Rooney, Welbeck, Sterling. That was the trident. And a lot of people are saying, because Rooney is the new captain now, a lot of people are saying Rooney should probably not be playing in this team. He really doesn't connect well with Sturge at all. He does connect well with Welbeck because they play together, but with Sterling, he really at all, does not connect well with him.
I think he's good enough to be on the English team, but it's up to the manager to decide who plays best with each other. And I think they just need to keep experimenting. I mean, they still have a lot of young guys, and it's a question of who plays better with who. And I think if he has to bench Rooney, he's gonna have to bench Rooney. But I agree. I mean, at this point, if Sturridge is there and healthy, you got to play Sturridge because he's the big boy up top.
Right. But Welbeck did well. I think he scored both goals. The Swiss goal was a result of guess who? Al, another Napoli boy.
Which Napoli boy?
Gökhan Inler. Big fucking giveaway for no reason. Stupid giveaway pass. Didn't make any sense. Anyway.
Moving on.
San Marino, Lithuania.
Don't
Group F. Nobody gives a shit, but Lithuania beats San Marino 2-0 and Estonia beats Slovenia 1-0. Group F. A group featuring all shit teams. Finland, Northern Ireland, Romania, Hungary, Greece, Faroe Islands. Guys.
Whoa. Greece.
Guys, Romania stole points from Greece. Isn't that amazing? I have so many Romanian friends that are happy about this victory.
You want to shout them out?
Shout out to my Romanian pals that love Romania.
Yeah. Honestly, did you catch anything in this?
Unfortunately, Al, I said, you know what, Group F, it's not a group for me. I didn't watch anything.
Skip the group.
You skipped the group.
Wise decision, my friend.
Listen, the only team that caught my eye in this group was Greece, really, right? Romania does have a history of being, a decent European team, but as of late, any real stars on that? Any Adrian Mutus, George Hadji's coming up that I know of?
Or some
Radu that plays
Radu.
in a defensive position for who is it? Lazio. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to watch Greece because I knew I was going to be falling asleep probably around the 30th minute of the game.
Salpingidis.
And I didn't watch any Group G games either. Russia, Montenegro, Sweden, Austria, Moldova, Liechtenstein. Look, if Capello doesn't manage to finish first in this group, I watched bits and pieces of the Russia game. A lot of them were own goals by Liechtenstein. I can't even pronounce their fucking name, so what do you want from me? Russia has to run away with it.
I don't be surprised in Montenegro they have some.
Right,
some
Montenegro.
There's some good talent.
Pandev is from there. No, your guys.
But I think he might be retired. I think
he's
he
Macedonian. Montenegro.
He's Macedonian.
He's Jovetic.
That orange yellow jersey.
Montenegro is
beautiful orange.
Vucinic and Jovetic.
Oh,
yeah, those guys.
Vucinic.
Listen, horrible goals. Russia wins 4-0, pounding. They're going to finish this group top. Prediction coming from me. You heard it first.
Unless Zlatan has anything to say about it. Did you guys read his book?
No, I haven't.
You should read it. Good read. Yeah, it's not bad.
It's all right.
It's all right. Group H. Italy, Croatia, Bulgaria, Azerbaijan, Norway, Malta. Al, tell me you watched Italy.
Of course, I watched. I have a full analysis prepared. I wrote out everything, and
I'm curious to hear it. Big call-ups, Florenzi, Zaza.
Honestly, I have to say I'm impressed with Conte's work so far. It seems like he has the players motivated. They're playing his 3-5-2. A lot of balls playing an experienced player like Simone Zaza and Immobile as the top two strikers. They seem to be connecting well with each other. They seem like they've been playing with each other for a long time, when in reality it's only the second game together. I don't know what the hell Giaccherini is still doing on this team, even though he had a decent game, but still he cannot get into the first team of Sunderland, and yet he's starting for Italy. So, I mean, either get the hell out of Sunderland, or call up a better player. But I think this is only temporary. I thought they were pretty good. I thought Zaza could have had a hat trick. I mean, that would have been a nice story had he scored 3 goals, but instead he only got 1.
Listen, to be completely honest with you, I was expecting a little bit more. And I was expecting a little bit more because I saw that Italy-Holland game, and I thought it was I thought it was an amazing game, the friendly before this game. And I also watched the Norway-England game, and I thought Norway was complete garbage. And I said, this is probably going to be a team that... The scoreline, I'm happy with the scoreline, but I thought we would have outplayed them. Honestly, for me, I didn't see... I definitely saw it in the friendly, the Immobile-Zaza connection. Like you're saying, it's like telegraphed passes. It's like they're meant to play with each other, and they're both number 9s.
Yeah, but that's the way Conte he likes to play with 2 strikers, and I like to see 2 strikers. So
And I agree with you.
I'm
Because
from the old school.
Yeah, so am I. We're old
La
school.
vecchia scuola.
Scuola vecchia, bro.
And all these teams today, they only play with that one top striker, and they use these wingers. Fuck that.
Well,
we need to bring it back to the '90s style with the number 11 and the number 9, and guys who play off each other. And
look,
refreshing.
we said Italy's talent lies in midfield. We have good midfielders in Italy that are good at picking out players. So it's obviously a hindrance when you have only one striker up top and they can only pick out that one guy. That's why guys are going to be all over Balotelli in the World Cup.
Yeah, when you have a jerk like Balotelli, and now you have these 2 young lions playing. So it still remains. It's only his second. It was his first competitive game. His second official game. Well, not official. Sorry, first competitive and probably second game overall. And he got 2-0 results in both games. Let's see what this guy does. Let's take it easy. You
mentioned 3-5-2, but we should explain that the 5-man midfielder, because today in modern day soccer we're used to the 4-2-3-1. So basically a 5-man mid, but with 2 defensive midfielders and with 3 offensive midfielders. This 3-5-2 featured a left wing back, a regista, a right wing back, and 2 advanced midfielders in Florenzi and Giaccherini.
But that's the way you're supposed
Myself,
to play.
personally, it has the potential of being even better with guys like Candreva and Marchisio.
Oh, yeah, of course. I think Marchisio was suspended.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, Marchisio was suspended. And I think Florenzi is a good guy to have in that system. I think he's going to do well. I think in the future we're going to see guys like Jorginho, and we're going to see guys like also Bonaventura play. So, things are looking on the up for this.
Now, you like the system, and we just talked about it, who's playing where. What happens now? Pirlo's coming back. You got Verratti, you got Pirlo, and you got De Rossi.
I think that
under this system, 2 out of those 3 don't play.
I think that no, I think you could play De Rossi as a defensive, as a holding midfielder, and you can play like.
Where do the other guys go?
Listen, Conte has said this week that only one of Pirlo or Verratti will play. He will not play both.
Left wing back, regista, right wing back, and then 2 offensive midfielders.
Yeah.
So I don't think Pirlo, even though he has the class to basically play anywhere in midfield, is going to be you know what I mean?
Pirlo's
an advanced mid. I don't think that Verratti is going to get on the field and play advanced mid.
Pirlo more than likely is going to retire before the next year.
My idea, hear me out, is I'm not too fond of guys like Bonucci. He scored a goal this game, but impossible for this guy. I fucking hate our defenders. Impossible for him to start anything from the back. Impossible for him to really. There was a couple of giveaways even.
Listen, I don't like him either.
My idea, and we've seen it with Roma, is De Rossi playing as a defender.
Oh,
Think about
for
it.
sure. Yeah,
How great would that work? With De Rossi playing as a central
that already with him?
Prandelli tried it.
Prandelli tried it. He's done it with Roma. He's really good. Mascherano's one of these guys
Yeah.
that's versatile enough to play as a.
See, this is what I'll never understand about that idiot Prandelli, is that I think one of the most impressive games I've seen under his watch was Spain, Italy in the first game of the Euros in 2012. And Italy played De Rossi as a center back in the 3-5-2, and they were spectacular. And they got applauded by everyone, saying how it was a masterclass of tactics that we showed that not only we could hang with the Spanish. And what does that cretin do in the next game? He completely changes the entire formation because he says that, it was overkill. But it was such a good formation, and it served Italy so well. Why wouldn't you replicate it? Why would you try to do it again? And that's why I think Prandelli is one of the worst coaches. Coaching today, and the fact that he has a job is a miracle. Like, how has no one figured out that this guy's a fraud yet? Anyway.
Scam.
Listen, for me, it's clear. Absolutely, we got to play with two strikers. I would like to see De Rossi. He was amazing in the friendly.
Yeah.
A little bit less in this game, but he was a leader, man. He was the best player on the field. Between him and Zaza in the friendly, in the qualifier was definitely Zaza, but I would love to see De Rossi, Verratti, and Pirlo on the field at the same time. And you're shaking your head because you're saying it's not possible. But I say, why not something like maybe a 4-4-2, but with a diamond-shaped midfield, with Pirlo as a regista, Marchisio heading the diamond.
But they tried that in the World
De
Cup.
Rossi, Verratti. Not exactly 4-1,
Yeah, almost.
4-1-4-1. Similar, but not exactly.
I agree with Conte. I think that either one of Verratti or Pirlo have to play, not both, because they're too similar. And Pirlo, either one has to go. Pirlo doesn't play.
Verratti gives you a lot of grit, man.
Gives you a lot of grit, but he doesn't cover a lot of ground. He's a guy who makes who calms down the play. He's good to recuperate the ball when he makes very good short passes. Pirlo could do the same thing, and I find they run into each other. Anytime Verratti and Pirlo played, I thought there was a bit of a clash. I thought that one looked better than the other, whereas I think it's overkill. You only really need one guy. So I think that's all. That's all probably said about Italy, right? This is gonna be an interesting group because I think either one of Bulgaria and Croatia could give Italy problems. I think that Norway, Malta, and Azerbaijan are just on the bottom tier.
Bottom rung of football.
Yeah,
Great.
Jeff, I know you're dying.
Yeah,
to
I
talk
see.
about,
Jeff was like shaking his head, his legs, going crazy, getting ready to comment this group.
Guys,
group
honestly,
I.
I don't even want to.
Denmark,
serious?
Albania, Serbia, Armenia, and
What
of
a
course,
shame.
of
What
course,
a shame.
Portugal.
What do you guys think? Why don't you guys give me your opinion?
Dude, I thought Bento has this face of a guy who just jerked off like 3 times and has no idea what's going on. He looks in a constant state of confusion.
Yeah, he doesn't know. It doesn't look like he knows what he's doing, right?
No.
Yeah, he's a hothead. It seems. He's got a shitty way of doing things, and he's not doing it anymore, which is good.
Listen, if I'm a Portugal fan, I'm not going to be. I'm going to be disappointed. But there are positives. There's a lot of positives to take away
sure.
from this game.
Yeah.
The fact that we were talking about Nani, he's not a finished player. We've seen it. No, he can't fill up Cristiano Ronaldo's shoes, and that's what he was trying to do, I think, in this game. And it's not going to happen. But he can be a very important player. How many of these young guns did Portugal start? 3 very young players, 19, 20 years old. That Andre Gomez holding up well in the midfield, Horta hitting the post, Cavaleiro with some good runs.
Absolutely.
Maybe needs to make better decisions in terms of passing, but these were young guns coming out of the Portuguese league, now playing in the Spanish league.
He's looking for spice.
What do you mean? Who's
First
looking
cap,
for spice?
first
Bento.
cap for these guys.
Well-
First cap, second cap.
Well, listen, it was obvious that there was something wrong because when the World Cup finished, And I don't know if you guys realize, but we had no friendly, no preparatory friendly
Yeah.
like
Oh, no
most of the other
preps.
teams.
That was my question: is
So-
what do you think about the fact that this Bento guy decides, look, I'm not going to play any friendlies.
Yeah.
When you don't have a guy like Cristiano Ronaldo, don't you want to experiment? That's the point of the friendlies. Everybody else did it.
Exactly. Everybody else did it. And especially you go into this game, qualifier, important game, you have to get a win at home, obviously, against fucking Albania. You start 4 new guys, 4 new guys, no preparation. And this is what you get.
Doesn't make sense.
Mind you, the goal was almost perfect. I don't know if you guys saw Albania's goal there.
I don't remember. It's not like super clear in my mind.
Perfect cross, and the guy who crossed it in beat 2 of our defenders, so it was basically completely deserved.
Mike's on overload. He watched too many
Yeah,
games.
I was busy watching Poland beat Gibraltar 7-0.
Yeah, well, so no, but it's like you said, Mike. There's a lot of positives to take away. The young names: Ivan Cavaliero, William Carvalho. Hort is okay. I mean, not that great, but Andre Gomez is very good too. Good in the midfield. So there's a lot of young names that are going to be able to get a chance now. We're going to see a new coach.
Who are you hoping is going to come in and take?
Listen,
this team.
honestly, I'm just hoping for somebody that knows the players. Mostly somebody who coaches already in the Portuguese league would know the players because a lot of the players are based there.
You know, I was busting your balls. I was saying that Portugal. I've always said Portugal needs an Italian coach. But what's this rumor about Roberto Mancini? Is
I don't think there's anything to it. I told you guys about it, but in the end, what happens is somebody asks him, the job is available, would you take it? And he answered, of course, any coach would take it. So basically, that was his answer. Well, I don't think it was anything like, yes, I want to take it. But then I read somewhere else that he was actually in talks with the federation. So
I'd be really surprised.
Yeah,
if,
I would be surprised.
if Portuguese people are obviously very proud that they play offensive.
no,
Yeah.
but honestly, guys, Portugal's been fucking boring to watch.
Yeah, but the style of traditionally of Portuguese soccer, is very offensive,
It's
very attacking.
wing play, and
So,
but
The
nowadays-
Figos, the Rui
Yeah.
Costas.
So I can't imagine they come in and bring in a tactician like Mancini, a guy who always, the focus is always the back four and the spine first before,
Well,
the
we'll see.
Ronaldos in the 90s and,
It's him, Gesualdo, Jesus, Benfica's coach. I can't remember his name right now, but he's
Santos Spiritus.
No.
Jesus do Carmo de Lima.
There's a few guys already. There's Fernando Santos that's supposed to be in the front running for the moment. So that's it, guys.
Well, listen, maybe this is exactly what Portugal needs.
Yeah, I think so. That's another positive takeaway. It's
What-
shake up the cage a bit.
What Portugal needs, the other question, is goals.
Goals.
No goals, man. No Cristiano Ronaldo equals no goals.
Need
This
to-
was the conversation we were having during the World Cup. This is the conversation we're continuing to have.
Yeah. Guys, we need to get rid of these fucking fringe players that Raul Morales that plays in the Turkish league and fucking Miguel Veloso and all these guys that
Veloso's not a bad player, man.
he's not good anymore. He's past his prime. We have plenty of better guys. William Carvalho is 10 times better, and he should get to start regularly now.
Who's that defender? Who's the young defender there? The new buck.
We have Luis Neto.
Oh, all right, that's it.
Luis
That's it.
Neto. Did you guys see Pepe? I think he did something stupid again last game. I was
For
reading.
Portugal?
No, he was. He didn't get carded or anything. It wasn't that bad. He was joking with the attacker, the Albanian attacker, and he said, "You have to be on. You should be on my right side or something like that if you actually want to have a chance." And it was the chance that he actually scored.
Oh
So
my
when they were
God.
running
What a
back to
loser.
the center, the Albanian was like, "Yeah, so what do you think of me now, you stupid bastard?"
wow.
Something along those lines. So Pepe could only save face and smile.
That's amazing.
People are saying that he should get off the national team too. What do you guys
Well,
think?
listen, in the words of Jose Mourinho, he's not even Portuguese. So
He's
what's he
Brazilian,
doing
but
there?
He's a world-class defender, and we don't have any.
He's a world-class piece of shit too. Like,
Yeah.
man, what a I cannot say enough bad things about Pepe.
He's a scumbag.
Yeah.
Guys, these
don't-
were all the groups. These were all the teams. There
and
was
on that
France.
You want to
France
go back and discuss the Moldova?
I had a whole fucking analysis, and you guys didn't want to.
No, it's fine. We don't need to go.
That was France. France played a friendly. They're not in any group. I think they played Serbia. They're convincing. I saw the game.
I think France are going to be up there, top
Yeah.
4. top four
Playing
Euro.
at home.
Euro-
Portugal plays a friendly against France soon,
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken.
is that at home or?
Guys, better get your shit straight, man.
I don't know.
The Pogba train's coming.
Pog. Hey guys, did you, one last thing. Ribery doesn't want to play for France anymore.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
But my point specifically was Platini said that he should be punished for not wanting to play for the national team anymore.
How do you punish?
No.
How do you force someone against his will to play?
I mean, what does that mean?
I was mad
I
at
don't know.
Totti because he was the best player basically in Italy, and he chose not to play for the
Yeah,
Italian
but it's a
team.
choice. I mean, you shouldn't be forced or punished.
It's a choice. You could call him a piece of shit as a fan. You could think whatever you want about him, but it shouldn't be any.
In the end of the day, it's his decision.
What is this draconian fucking talk
Platini's
here?
a creep. He's a
That's
creep.
insane. What are they gonna do? They're gonna slash his tires. They're gonna find him, steal, have him, robbed
They're gonna kidnap
in
him.
the streets of Munich.
They're gonna gang rape him.
They're gonna send him to Morocco and make him suck sand.
All right, guys. I guess that's. I think we covered a lot of ground for 2 weeks.
Too much, maybe. Less
Yeah.
Gibraltar next
Let's
time,
do
I
Gibraltar
promise.
Next time.
Guys, last time less Gibraltar.
All right.
All right, guys. Mike signing off.
Signing off.
Alright.
The Beyonders. Alla prossima, ok bello?
Até logo.
Proof is in the pudding, and the pudding in this case is a football. Booth, eat my goal. The goalie has got football pie all over his shirt.